Okay, so look, I know I'm late, but yesterday was the 4th, and sometimes, you know, you gotta rest. Before we get into it, you guys, y'all know this weekend was Essence Weekend, Essence Fest 2017, going down in New Orleans, where I just so happen to live and be from, if you did not know. Okay, if I didn't, because somebody told me they said I was losing my accent, and I'm like, I've been saying for years, I can do so many fucking accents. Like, yes, this is how I normally talk when I'm around my family and shit, but sometimes you have to, you know, lean up out your accent just a little bit. You know, sometimes things have to be said in a certain way, okay? But you know what, it don't matter. Like I said, we was in New Orleans, and I was working, and I met Mona Scott Young, and I was like, oh my God, I cannot let this moment go by without me speaking to her. And I was there to interview Deuce McAllister, the football player. So it was a whole bunch of stuff going on that day. So I just walked up to her and I was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, you're Mona Scott Young. You know, you gotta tell people you know who they are first so you don't seem like a weirdo. I'm Brittany. You know, I said my name, Brittany Bondy. I wanted to say Bondy Blue, but in the, you know, like when you're at work, your mind is really like in work mode. But I just had to say something to her, and I talked to her for a little minute. I mean, I would be surprised if she even remembers it, because we didn't even get to talk for long. But you know, I had to do the best I could to talk to her, because it's like, come on, man, that's Mona. Like, yeah, I'd be like Mona, bitch, but I still would love, you know, I still was happy to meet her. Like, what are you talking about? This bitch gives me life with these shows. I mean, money with these shows. Okay, so I was excited. Okay, I'm not even gonna front. All right, I was excited, so that was cool, y'all. I just get that off my chest before we got into this lackluster episode. Okay, you guys, so it starts off where it left off. Y'all know last episode, we went off into the woods. We was tricked by the sneaky ass kids, and Pop goes the weasel, here goes Kirk with some separation papers. What the fuck? Okay, everybody's looking like what the hell is going on. Then him and Miss Charlene get into the back and forth when she tells him the most important thing is for him to figure out if he the fucking pappy or not. He said, no, that's the most important thing to you. And from there, it blows the fuck up. Then he starts to scream at production. He's screaming at the mama, basically telling the mama that you doing this shit because they telling you to. I know somebody bucking her head up to say this shit so we could keep going back to this subject of the paternity test and all of that shit. I know y'all doing that. Stop fucking with my family. His daughter trying to calm him down. Even at some point Rashida was trying to calm him down, but when her baby came outside and started crying, she was like, man, get the fuck out the way. She went and got her baby and was like, he needs to stop. And Miss Charlene is like, you mad at everybody but yourself. He's sitting up here hollering, screaming and hollering at Miss Charlene, okay? Telling Miss Charlene, yeah, you better go ahead because you know what I'm about. She like, motherfucker, what you mean what you about? See, all of that shit would have had me trying to knock Kirk's fucking head off. I don't give a fuck how upset you are. Don't talk to my mama like that. I don't care if you're mad at her or not. That's my mom, okay? And that's your mother-in-law. And at the end of the day, you sat there and did this shit in front of her. And now you want to be mad that people are having a natural reaction to you further embarrassing their daughter on television, and then you want to go off on production like you didn't tell them where y'all was gonna be at. Motherfucker, you put yourself in this situation. You got the audacity to be lashing out at everybody. Y'all, let me tell y'all something right now. I edit for y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I will edit the fuck out these shows for y'all, okay? But I will not. I don't know if I can deal with when you on set and motherfuckers is acting hella rowdy. Like, that was the basis of this episode, letting y'all know how much security and production have to go through to get these crazy motherfuckers to give y'all this hour on television, okay? They are doing their best. So Rashida and her mama go to her store. Her little stepdaughter is already there at the store. So they start to talk about what happened when they tried to go out to the cabin and shit, okay? And Rashida, you know, is just saying that, you know, you guys, you know, it was a lot. You know, I really didn't expect that. He wasn't supposed to be there. And then the daughter, because I always forget her name, was like, you know, we was just trying to do something so y'all could talk. We didn't think that you know, talking about Mama Charlene, would, you know, fuck everything up. And I'm just like, were you there for the same conversation I was there for? I mean, he brought out them papers in front of everybody, To me, that's when shit flipped off in Miss Charlene's mind. To me. Okay, now y'all can say what y'all want to, but that's the moment I felt like Miss Charlene was like, okay, we about to go left and I'm here for it. Let's ride, okay? Because I think he went too far with doing that in front of everybody, doing that shit on camera, all of that shit. You know what I mean? And then for him to turn around and act like it's everybody else's fault on top of that, it's too much. So little girl, calm down. Okay, you having a moment like your stepbrother. Or your sides, whatever the fuck, half brother, whatever y'all want to call him, Kai, that little boy. From what he had said last episode, y'all know I had to check him for that because nobody else did, okay? At least not in the scene. Rashida explains what the papers were because everybody wants to know what was in the little folder. Inside the folder was some separation papers that basically say that she gets everything, okay? And she thinking that, oh, it's because I deserve it. He's doing that because I deserve it. And it's like, no, bitch, he doing that so he can protect y'all assets. So if that girl decides to come after his money, then she can only come after the money that he has and not the money that y'all have. And if he gives you the majority of everything, that means she won't get it, okay? Like, it's not what you think, Rashida. It's really not. It's about protecting the money and, you know, protecting the bag. And I thought Rashida was just so dense in that moment for not seeing that. But I also feel like she is searching for anything to try to comfort her about how the love of her life then fucked her over. Okay, y'all, look. I know I've been saying for the longest that I feel like this storyline is fake. But the nearer that we get to the reunion, the more I think it might be true. And I'm going to tell you why. A couple of reasons why. Some people have told me that they actually filing for divorce. Some people have told me that the paternity test came back saying it was actually his. But I can't trust that right now until we get to the reunion. That's why I haven't talked about any of this shit. I don't know. But all I'm going to say is when I looked at the preview to the reunion show and saw how Rashida was crying and shit, I was like, okay. Maybe we have to revisit some feelings. That's what might really be going on. Like, it happened and she knew it happened before we came on the show. And now we have to revisit the feelings of what has now taken place, especially since it was on television. At first, it was easier to get past it at first because they weren't on television when she found out. But now that she's been on television and all these people have been saying things and commenting and coming to the store, now that everybody knows what's going on, it's created a bigger issue than what it probably started out to be. So here we are now with this shit possibly ruining everybody's ideal marriage in Atlanta, you know, or so they say. Then Lil Sis brings out the papers that Jasmine dropped off. Apparently Jasmine wrote a letter to Rashida apologizing and gave her Logan's paternity test results, which said he was not the father. We knew. At the end of the episode, when everybody is doing their, you know, final says for the season, Rashida signs the separation papers. So they are separated. Now, not divorced, but separated. So yeah, I don't know what that says. We're going to have to see what this reunion show is hitting for as it pertains to the Kirk, Rashida, Jasmine storyline. So the Mamas Club tries once again to try to help Samantha and Tommy with their drunk asses. Okay? Sorry. Okay? And it's Mama D's housewarming party. Everybody is over there. Okay, Deb Adney is giving edible panties to Mama D. Okay, and giving her advice on old Ernest, because y'all know her and old Ernest ain't been together this entire season. All right, and mainly because she beats the hell out of him emotionally, and the man just got out of prison, and now you done made him feel like less of a man, but then you want him to perform in the bedroom. So then when he don't do that, you down him because of that. I mean, you beating that man up all kind of ways. Let's be real. You probably don't get that type of shit from his mom, especially when all he gotta do is clean something up or fix something for his mama, and she give him all the love in the world. I wouldn't be living with your ass either if I had to deal with that every day. So shout out to Ernest, okay? But look, Deb Bandit tell her you can't be talking to the man no any kind of way. Stop being so hard on him. So this got Mama D to thinking, okay? This got Mama D to percolating on her relationship with Ernest. But right now we got to worry about Tommy and Samantha, because just then, here comes Tommy and Tammy coming in. They rode together. They had no idea their moms were going to be here, but here they are, surprised as hell. Mama D goes over to Tommy. Oh, your mother's here, but it's going to be all right, and gives her the, you know, the comfort and tries to get her to be open to coming in and having this conversation. So they sit down, and Samantha starts to talk to Tommy about how I want to hug my daughter. I haven't even hugged my daughter in years, and I am your mother. And the way she says this, it translates to Tommy like you blaming me for the fact that we haven't hugged, bitch. Is that what you saying? And then Samantha says, well, you colder than me, is what she's saying. And this may be true, but it does not need to be said at this moment because you have created the coldness in your daughter. Okay, you created that. So now that it's here and it's in its adult form, not giving a fuck about your emotions, you don't know how to take that. You don't know how to take being told that you fucked her up. When I don't know why you can't take it. Look at her. She's emotionally fucked up because of you. And it's amazing to me that Samantha has to be told time and time again that she needs to come to her daughter on some real humble shit, okay? Dad already saw that this conversation wasn't going right with the way that Samantha was reacting to Tommy. So Dad said, stop, stop. That's enough. No. Because let me take you over here and talk to you, okay? No, okay? Because you should have left that damn alcohol alone, okay? You were supposed to be coming here to apologize to her. That's not what you're doing, okay? That's not what you're doing. Y'all, I was so glad KK and Deb checked the fuck out of Samantha and let her know, bitch, we told you to come here sober. You're in here drunk, full of your fucking emotions and can't listen to what your daughter is telling you. Like, y'all, look, I already said it, okay? I have already said what I think the issue is, and it looks like I'm right. Okay, moving along. Tommy and Samantha decide that they're gonna go see Dr. Sherry. Y'all, we ain't seen Dr. Sherry in a long goddamn time. Y'all remember Dr. Sherry was a therapist on Braxton Family Values, along with some other shows. She still looked the same. Same little cute short crop cut and, you know, loose wavy shirts. Nice makeup. You know what I'm saying? Big mouth. Anyway, Dr. Sherry is trying to get them to come in and talk to one another. And as soon as Tommy starts to explain her fucked up childhood and how she feels like her mom let her down, her mom can't take it. She storms out the room and she's crying. Dr. Sherry goes after her and tells her, look, we need to deal with this now, okay? And she's like, I just want to apologize to her for everything I've done. And she's like, well, look, how about we apologize for today? And just take it one day at a time, okay? You wanna like take, you know, 30 years worth of bullshit and try to fuss it out in one session, and it don't happen like that. It happens over time because fuck, when you realize one thing, that brings you to another conclusion about something else. It's a discovery of fuck shit is what's happening here. So you gotta take your time, okay? So when she goes back in there, and Tommy stands up and she immediately gets on her knees. And at first Tommy's like, man, come on, man. Even Dr. Sherry's like, no, ma'am. Trying to get her off the floor. She got on her knees and eventually Tommy comes down to her and hugs her tight and they cry. And it, you know, she just lets her mom hug her. And it's a moment, okay? We was in this bitch misty-eyed as I don't know what. It was a real fucking moment. They needed that. They have been needing therapy, okay? And I'm going to just say this. If they continue to go through therapy, I really think it'll be beneficial for everybody. And like Tommy says at the end, you know, she takes her daughters to go, I forgot, iFly. That's what it's called. You know, when you get in that tube and somebody hold you and you go flying up, that shit looks so fun. I want to do that. But anyway, okay, while she's there, basically she's saying she does not want to continue this cycle of bad motherhood, okay? She doesn't want her girls to feel like they weren't taken care of or loved or given the proper, you know, the proper choices, the proper, you know, breeding. And I mean breeding, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all know how people teach their kids fucked up shit? Like Samantha explained herself about all the thieving and stealing she did so her daughter could have name brand shit. And her daughter is like, I didn't need all of that. Ain't no reason for all of that. And I feel like as an adult, Tommy knows that the thing that her girls need the most is her love and affection and for her to be there. Okay, and Samantha was out here living her life. And like she said, she had Tommy young. So she didn't know how to give which she probably never got. And what she was unable to give because she was so young. And this is one of the prime examples of why I made that video a while back about teenage mothers. And a lot of you young bitches came on my you know, video trying to let out y'all frustrations out on me because y'all didn't like what I said as it pertained to y'all. But it's the truth. You have to live with your decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want you to understand that, because when you don't understand that, you make these terrible fucking decisions in life and get mad at everybody else except yourself, because it's so hard to deal with the realization that you done fucked up not only your life but somebody else's too. Not saying that you can't fix things, but saying that you don't even want your kids to have to go through the shit Tommy didn't have to go through. Like with all of that, you know, she talking about making her kids go get the money and throwing drugs over the gate and all of that type of shit. You was really putting your kids in harm's way to live this life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's That's not the business. It's just really not. And Tommy was like, I had a really fucked up childhood. And I'm like, man, I felt so bad for Tommy. Because I can only imagine what happens when you leave your child out here in the world like that and all you've taught them how to do is scheme and steal. So out of no fucking well, we gotta have a scene with the hoes at the end, okay? Treasure and Mariah, okay? Lord, Mariah, you in that forehead, girl. I'm not mad, whatever. You gotta pull them wigs down. You gotta pull them wigs down. Anyway, Treasure is like, if there's anything I have learned is that I cannot do anything to change Diamond, her old ass half friend's perception of me, okay? So even though we did all of that, me and Mariah feel like we are done with married men. So we decided to reach out to somebody who we felt like might be hurt by our actions. So they decided to take their asses to Lovely Mimi's new shop to patronize her business, right? So they sit down and get their 2 little pedicures done. And Treasure asked Lovely Mimi if she's still friends with Sierra. She was like, why would I be friends with her? Oh, what? Because I told the business? My bad, Mariah, girl. I should have told you. I told the business. My bad. I'm sorry, girl, but you know what? You should have known better, okay? You came out here and y'all was, living wrong. Y'all came out here on the wrong foot, telling everybody how y'all mess with married men, and it wasn't cool, So Treasure is like, but look, I mean, I understand all that. You coming from a married woman's perspective and everything, but I'm just saying that, we be the victims too, because these men, they feel like they can just walk around, have sex with 6, 7 girls and have this one over there and that one over here and all of that, and y'all ain't mad at them, but y'all mad at us. You know what I'm saying? It's not just us, okay? We are the victims too, okay? And I'm like, bitch. And Lovely Mimi is like, look, okay, right is right, wrong is wrong. Y'all know right from wrong, and y'all shouldn't even fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, what y'all here for? What y'all think I'm about to hang with y'all so we can go do whole shit together? I can't do whole shit with y'all. Like you said, we got 2 different type of lifestyles, right, Treasure? Y'all, it was so fucking funny. Then Lovely Mimi about to fight him and all of that. But this is like, ain't nobody about to fight in that little bitty ass shop. They had to get them girls out of there. Ain't nobody got time for that. People in here patronizing, really getting their nails done, okay? Back to you 2 bitches. Let me tell y'all something. What you're not gonna do is say you're gonna come to somebody's place to apologize, and when they say straight up, yeah, y'all was wrong for that shit, instead of just saying, you right, we sorry, you want to pop off at the fucking mouth that you a victim and say that you're not a hoe, even though you just said you was a hoe in Jamaica. And also, let me explain to you what makes you a hoe in this situation. Y'all fuck other women's men for their money. If that ain't a hoe, I don't know what to call one, okay? I don't know what you mean if you don't understand. Y'all be with them to get their money. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, not everybody is with their man for money. And if you get with your man for money and you marry him, then that all of a sudden takes you out of hoe realm because you are married now. So you hoeing for one person is not the same thing as you hoeing for a whole slew of niggas. And y'all fucking with all of these married dudes and then moving along how y'all do and fucking over people's lives and thinking that it's not going to have any repercussions on your life. Y'all are out here fucking wilding and tripping. Like I said, man, your actions will come back to bite you in your ass. You have to be held accountable in one way or another. That's why there's karma out here, man. That's why there's karma. Okay, like, look, I done already spoke on this situation. If y'all watched the last episode of the Bondy Blue Show, okay, I've already ranted about this whole antic shit, okay, and how I feel like as a woman, we all should live our lives however we see fit. But I also feel like when we make certain decisions, we need to be prepared for what the outcome is. And don't try to call it something else and fake the funk about it just so we don't get our feelings hurt when you could have kept from getting your feelings hurt from jump if you just wouldn't have done this shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give y'all my wisdom, all right? That's all I got to give, and that's all I'm going to give. You know what I mean? But these 2 girls had it all fucked up. I didn't even understand the point of going there if they was going to get mad and try to fight her. Like, what? Y'all are fucking stupid. All right, y'all. So Stevie and Joseline meet up after the terrible altercation that, well, not so much altercation, but argument that took place between his daughter and her. Vanna wanted to jump ugly, okay, before I knocked that nasty wig off her head. She wanted to jump ugly. Okay, so I had to let her know because you know she is of age, Stevie. She is of age, Stevie. Okay, and she could have got these hands, but I acted like an adult and just let her know in front of her sister, in front of you, that she could not beat me, Stevie. Okay, and now that that's happened, your sister done left me destitute like everybody else, left me on my own like everybody else. Now she gotta take care of little Bonnie Bella all by herself. And I'm like, bitch, that's what real mothers have to do sometimes. That's what mothers have to do sometimes. Take care of their own child, especially when they tell other people's kids that are kin to the ones helping them that they thoughts, and you'll whip their ass. Okay, like, come on, Joseline, wake the fuck up, honey. All right, then they get into the conversation about her wanting him to fire Estelita and moving back into her. She's like, no, Stevie, okay, what I told you was, if you wanted me to come back into the house, okay, you wanted me and my baby to come back into your house, and we had this big old wedding and do the thing and get back together, okay, you wanted us to do that, then I need to be the only girl on danger zone, okay, I need to be the only female artist on danger zone, and that's what it is. And you know what you could do, Stevie? You could come with me to New York. I gotta go to New York and do some business, okay? And you bring your girl up there to New York, and we could meet with her together. We could talk to her together, okay? And you could let her know together that she ain't want her over here. And I'm like, so you gonna fly a bitch all the way to New York to embarrass her? See, that's what I'm talking about. What the fuck is that about? Like, just stupid shit. And then Stevie is just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? But really, Stevie is not here for this shit at all. He didn't like the way she was talking about his daughters. He did not like her making all them demands. Y'all know how Stevie gets in his way at one point. Once he didn't feel like you didn't go on a little bit too fucking far, especially since she wasn't letting him see the baby, and now she's threatening to move to Miami. You know, Stevie, I'm gonna take my baby and move to Miami. Since I don't have no help down here, I'm gonna take my baby and I'm gonna move to Miami, Stevie. You can do what you wanna do, bitch, but my baby ain't going no fucking where. That's how Stevie feels about it, okay? Y'all, this conversation was so telling about what's really going on. I don't think they have gotten back together at all. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I think the pictures we saw of them together are before all of this shit took place. Because see this shit that happened with Wendy Williams? Joseline and Stevie was supposed to go on the Wendy Williams show, okay, together as a couple. And I remember the day because y'all know I watch Wendy Williams. So I be watching every day. I know what the fuck be going on. And Wendy said that they were supposed to be there, but Stevie wasn't coming and she wasn't about to do an interview separately. She wanted them together or none of them. And that was just that. And to me, that solidifies the fact that Joseline is nothing without Stevie. She has not made the relationships or did the work, I feel like, that would have made her be able to stand on her own at this point. She has gone out there and said so many things online. Fuck Mona. Like, you don't never burn them type of bridges. And they just end the show with a whole bunch of title pages explaining the situation. How hard you were with production and security. Then they show all of the clips of you fighting, beating up fucking security, trying to get to somebody else. Okay, they embarrassed your ass, whether you like it or not. They showed the world and anybody that wants to work with your ass how difficult you are to work with. At one point, she in a confessional. Angela, say something else to me, Angela. Say something else to me, Angela. Now walk right out. Walk right out of your room, Angela. Say something else, okay? Disrespect me again, okay? It's like, bitch, calm the fuck down, because they asking you questions. She didn't want to ask for questions. She didn't want to show up. And after Stevie decided that he wasn't going to that Wendy Williams shit, she said she wasn't filming at all, and that's why we didn't have nothing else with her for the end of this episode. Stevie had like this little party to let y'all know that Estelita is gonna be the queen, first lady of Danger Zone. Okay? Whoop, 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 whoop. Not you, bitch. Okay, somebody putting their foot down. Okay, and I'm more than sure that Stevie has been trying to get custody of that baby now, especially with all of the things that have taken place. This is a life lesson for everybody. Okay, you can love your Puerto Rican princess all the fuck you want to, but I know y'all seen how this look. This don't look good. This don't look good. Okay, if I see her somewhere else now, I will be very much surprised. I wouldn't hate on it, but I'd be surprised. Okay, I'm just telling y'all the truth. I am telling y'all the truth. All right, now look, this what happened at the end with everybody else. Hold up. Mama D and Ernest got back together. Tammy in the studio and fighting for her family. Diane says the Lord done bless her when he sent her Sean. And now she is ready for the grow up and the glow up, bitch. And trying to find a real nice big ass house to live in with that nigga. Very nice time. Happy for you, bitch. Really happy for you. Stevie is putting his kids first because he ain't got time for no bullshit. Mimi says that even though for this season she had to act like all she cared about was destroying Joseline, it's really all been about her baby this entire time and making sure she still had paychecks to do all this extravagant shit for her little girl. So Carly is doing great in her business and C's is treating her so much better than Jock. She had to mention to us how C's is treating her so good, and I've already heard that shit is going downhill already. Then Jock can't believe the shit that he done seen happen between Kirk and Rashida. He can't believe that he done got himself mixed back up and called this bullshit. But guess what? At the end of the day, he can just be up here chilling with his llamas in his motherfucking treehouse. Okay, and that is the conclusion of season 6 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I will see y'all for the next one, and I can't wait. The reunion gonna be on and motherfucking popping. Peace out.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good, touch my